Hi guys. Now if I asked you to do this integration, you would have to think about it a little bit, but one thing you wouldn't have to think about it would be that there would be a plus c on the end. And that plus c gives us a bit of doubt over the validity or what this answer is, and that makes that an indefinite integral. It's not got a definite answer because that c could be anything, so actually there's an infinite amount of answers. So maybe we could do an integration where we made a definite answer. Now in the last section we looked at if you had an initial condition which helped you find a value of c. Now we're going to do something different. So I'm going to look at integrating this. So I've got 2x. I'm going to change that to x to the half because I think that's important to discuss here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put two things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this value between two things that we call limits. And in this case, the limits are 1 and 9. So I've got to find the answer to this between these two limits, and it will come out as a definite answer. Basically, I'm going to substitute these in. So for a start, I need to think about what the integration will come to. Well, 2x, or 2 times x to the power of 1. If I raise 1, I get 2, x squared, divide by 2, cancels that out, so we've got x squared. Now here, if I raise the power by 1, I get 1.5, so that's 3 over 2. If I divide then by 3 over 2, that's the same as timesing by 2 over 3. And 3 times 2 over 3 gives me 2. So it's minus 2 x to the 3 over 2. And I like to leave it as that top heavy thing because that's helping me think, okay, I've got a square root and then cube. And I'm going to translate my limits onto these square brackets. And it is always a square bracket. Now I'm going to think about my substitution. So I'm going to do 9 squared, take away 2 times 9 to the 3 over 2. And then because these are limits and they're like on either side of things, we're finding the difference between the two. And the whole idea of difference points me to a subtraction. Then I'm going to substitute 1 in. So 1 squared minus 2 times 1 to the 3 over 2. So I've got 81 minus, and 9 square rooted is 3, then cubed is 27, times 2 is 54. And I'm going to subtract 1 squared is 1, 1 square rooted is 1, which cubed is 1, times 2 is 2. So I've now got 27 take away negative 1, which gives me my answer of 28. And that is our definite answer. And in the next section we will all be revealed on why that is useful and how this comes into its own, where integration really does become the big idea. So just a quick recap. Normally when we would integrate up to this point we would have an add c. That would make it indefinite. Now we're going to make it definite by giving us some values of x to find the function between. And if you really thought about it, you might think there would be an add c on here and an add c on here, which then when you subtracted that would disappear anyway, because it would have to be the same c. So there's no add c in this. We just integrate it and then put the square brackets and consider the limits. The top limit is first, subtract the bottom limit, substituted in 2, and then work it through, and that should give you your definite answer. And this really is a big deal in terms of maths. Okay?